What up, Alpha Team? It's DJ AlphaTyler, and we are back again with another reaction. And y'all already know what it is. You see in the title already. We checking out my friend Skeem's newest track, Temper Expectations. I'm excited for it. I'm a little bit behind. I got a couple of Skeem songs that I'm behind on that I'm working on recording reactions to. This one is the newest, so this one is the one that I started out with. Came out on June 17th. I'm recording this on June 22nd. Not sure when I'm going to drop it, but I'm excited to get into it, and I hope that you are as well. Before we do that, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below to join the Alpha Team. Don't forget to ding that notification bell to get on Notification Squad so you always know when I got some new content dropping. Like the video if you enjoy the reaction. If you don't know Skeem, link to this video is down at the bottom of the description. Make sure you click on it, go over there, like, share, subscribe. Check out some of his other music and some of his reactions and some of his shorts and some of his other things. This is the first new Skeem that I'm listening to since Long Live Pop Punk, and so I'm excited to get into it. I don't imagine it's going to be a pop punk track. I think he specifically told me that it wasn't. The song is called Temper Expectations. And what was it? I believe when he first did this, he told me that he had performed a crime against humanity. So I'm excited to see what that means. And without further ado, we're going to get into it. So let's see what's coming with Skeem Temper Expectations. Let's get it. Okay, hold up. Oh, and he did say that he went full Data mode in this. So Data from Star Trek, that's what we're looking for. We roboting on this. Super interesting beat. Let's go. Is this chip tune? I'm actually super... I know I'm going to back up to catch what he's saying here. I'm actually super impressed with kind of the cinematography in this. I don't know who recorded it. I'm guessing probably Mrs. Skeem. But looking through here, it's almost, it almost kind of looks like stop motion a little bit. I mean, I know it's not, but I mean, he's got his robotic movements kind of down to the point of almost, it's almost uncomfortable actually.
And I'm hoping for exploring. No one bother to implore me into thinking life is boring, 'cause it's brand new and so lovely. Could you undo as I break free? Who would stop me? I've heard no one. Come and join Skeem. We'll have such fun.
Okay, so a lot of that part is kind of like come and join me. You know, I hurt no one. You know, I'm simple. I'm peaceful. I'm fresh. Maybe new. Maybe because I'm trying to think about the title. I'm sure the title plays into it. So we're tempering expectations. So maybe I'm looking at the world from a new perspective. Maybe he's the robot taking his first few steps and everything.
Such optimism, wait and find new light within your vision. Youth arrives and drives to new sensations. We remind you, temper expectations.
The problem for me is that I enjoy this beat way more than I want to. It is kind of in places, and I know it's not an accident. Skeem doesn't really accidentally throw out songs in certain ways. The beat is more attention grabbing than the actual lyrics, than the actual message of the song. My inclination is to feel that this is meant to be a whole package, because this is kind of a different Skeem. And I will say his last few songs that I actually so I lied when I said this was the first thing that I'd heard since Long Live Pop Punk, because I did check out the video right before it dropped of Weirdo Swag, and so I feel like Skeem right now is kind of putting together packages with artistic expression a little bit more than just standalone songs, and that's what this one feels like to me as well.
the safety that they promised? Seems so hasty, couldn't stop it. Now I lie here, I feel nothing, never knew fear. Now I'm rusting, I'm not programmed to be smothered. Was this all planned? Where's my mother?
Hold up, I want to hear that back again. I was letting it play to just kind of feel it. I want to hear that verse again though.
What is this learning? Where's the safety that they promised?
Okay, so we're coming in. So we're talking about learning. Where's the safety that they promised? Talking about kind of being exposed to evil, kind of being exposed to negativity, to darkness, to consequences, maybe. Kind of being hurt, pulling in more than you anticipated. Okay.
Seems so hasty, couldn't stop it. Now I lie here, I feel nothing, never knew fear. Now I'm rusting.
Okay, now so we're going into kind of becoming numb. We're talking about kind of numbing yourself and then feeling fear. Now you're rusting, so you kind of get stagnant, you stop, because of course rust doesn't form if you're constantly moving and working. So if we're talking about a robot, we're talking about a machine. For you to rust over, you got to be, you know, think of the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. You got to be in the same spot, basically neglected for a long time. So this, I literally, and I could be way off, but I'm literally picking up vibes of, you know, we've got this new life, we've got this new organism, this new creature coming out, eager to learn, eager to take the first few steps, eager to be involved and become, you know, a human basically. But then as we're exposed to humanity, as we're going through, kind of picking up the negative attributes of humanity, where you kind of become less of a good person, you become, you know, less of a active person, you become less empathetic, you become less, you know, you start off bright, and honestly it speaks to like the innocence of children if you really think about it, in my mind, because we're really coming from a perspective of, you know, when we're children, if you think about it, when we're born, when we're new, when we're fresh, we don't hate people, we don't, you know, there are no racial lines, there are no political lines, there are no religious lines, you don't know anything, so you have no issue with anybody based on those things that, you know, by the time you're an adult, for some people dictate their entire lives and cause them to constantly just have issues with people. So let's go.
I'm not programmed to be smothered. Was this all planned? Where's my mother?
So again, looking for mom. I'm still kind of getting that as you're going through the transformation, I'm not programmed to be smothered. I'm not programmed to be destroyed, to be overwhelmed, to be taken like this. Okay, and still the hooks kind of go into that theme too, because you've arrived, so full of optimism, you know, really kind of talking about how we look, you know, we're here, we're looking forward, we're excited about the adventure, and then we end up so scarred and tainted along the way.
Arrives and drives to new sensations. We remind you, temper expectations. Now let's.
It's not our fault if they die. So again, we're talking about, you know, that new life, that innocent life and everything, talking about them being mechanical robots and whatever. You know, it's not our fault if they die at the end of it.
Let's all just fight, we're clever little robots gone forever. They're just pieces of whatever. It's not our fault if they die.
Kind of making the comparison to say humanity is just a series of little pieces of everything that goes into life, basically diminishing the value of individuals in favor of the collective of the whole.
Whatever, it's not our
What, a Glock? My man got a Glock? I feel like there's some importance here. So he puts the blindfold on. So he's blindfolding himself to the issue, maybe kind of in tandem with what he's saying right there, which was that piece that kind of spoke to what I was saying, where you know, we're kind of diminishing individual value in favor of the collective, of the whole. And then you're blinding yourself to the issues, you know, taking responsibility out of your hands as you're holding, you know, a weapon, a tool to cause issues. You're holding it blindly out. I'm not sure. So the only thing that throws me from that line of thinking is this is the robot Skeem, the innocent Skeem, kind of taking that and handing it, unless it's saying at the end of it we get conditioned so that we're numb, like you mentioned earlier in the song. We blind ourselves to the issues, and then we you know, hand the tools, hand the weapons, basically to perpetuate the issue, I guess. Go on. Let's go. And then, of course, we come back to the ugly end, which no one owns responsibility for. And it's not a big deal because the collective will push further. Individuality will die, individuals will die, and we just don't care as a collective, as a whole. I think a lot of the song really kind of touches on that theme of innocence, of transforming, of being mired down, being brought down, and really kind of finding yourself lost, finding yourself on your own to figure out your own way without anyone really picking you up, while handing off, you know, that same, it's you know, literally the cycle of you have a chance to make something better, you're conditioned, you become a part of the system, you become a part of the problem, and then you hand that off to the next generation, just like the last generation handed it off to you, and we just stay in that constant cycle. I actually enjoy this one. I think, you know, like I said, the song puts a little bit more emphasis. It's a robotic beat. I actually enjoy that beat. But it's more of a robotic beat. It's more of a robotic feel. But I think like the whole package here, this whole story that's being told that comes together, is one that we just don't pay attention to enough. You know, just kind of how we take the problems, we say that we're going to be different, we're going to do something different, we're going to change. In my lifetime, I'm going to do something different so that my child doesn't have to endure what I did, doesn't have to go through the problems that I'm going through, doesn't have to see the perspectives that I've had to be exposed to. And yet we take that because of our conditioning and we pass off the exact same problems that were handed off to us, and we cause this perpetuation of division, of negativity, of hatred, of, you know, death, of senseless negativity, of corruption through generations. I think that's a really powerful one. I very much enjoy this one. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I did, because, you know, from Temper Expectations, kind of the statement that was given to me, the title, everything about the video, I was a little bit nervous about this one going into it because I didn't know which direction it was going to go, but I am glad that we checked it out. I'm glad that we got it. I'm not positive that I'm 100% correct on what it means, but that is kind of the inference that I take. Y'all let me know what you guys think, though. Maybe you completely disagree and your interpretation has gone in a completely different direction. If it has, let me know down below. If you guys haven't checked out the original video, link to it is down in the description. Make sure that you guys go check it out, like, share, and subscribe over on Skeem's side. If you haven't done so here already, but you enjoyed the reaction that we just did, we got plenty more of them, so go check out all of them. And yeah, like, share, and subscribe here as well. With that being said, I am DJ AlphaTyler. I appreciate you guys hanging out, stopping by, all that good stuff. And I hope you are staying safe, taking care of yourselves in this crazy, crazy world. I'll catch you guys next time.
The managers won't take their balls. Grab your balls, you a grown-ass man. Whining and crying like it's a party you're playing, can understand. Yeah, you repping that you go hard, rapping with no bars. Reckon you a joke, only ripping off the real stars. I got the diabolic rhyme, and you know we're gonna have one hell of a time. Stick a sip of the shine, common sense in your mind. Been on the sideline watching, aging like a fine wine inferno in your mind. Like like Dante in the 9-9.